Brian Alvarez here. You're listening to the Kicking Out Podcast, a podcast about All Elite Wrestling, hosted by Tanner Lee, Paul Zartman, and Austin Shepard.
You are listening to the number one AEW podcast, the Kicking Out Podcast, a podcast about All Elite Wrestling, hosted by my favorite host, Tanner Lee, Paul Zartman, and Austin Shepard. So if you want to know everything that's going on in the world of All Elite Wrestling, AEW, then you need to listen to the Kicking Out Podcast. Please tell Thunder Rosa I said hello.
What is going on, everybody? It is Sunday night. It's June 15th, 2025. Happy Father's Day to all the great fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to you, Paul. Happy Father's Day to Shep, who's not joining us again this week. Happy Father's Day to your father, to Shep's father, to my father. Like I said, all the fathers out there, especially Christian Cage. Paul, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. And, you know, you got to wish yourself a happy Father's Day, too. You do have a dog that makes you a dog dad.
Does that count? Does that count on Father's Day?
That's what I've heard. And, I mean, you're married, so it is now your guys' child.
All right. Well, I guess happy Father's Day to me, too, if that's the case. So let's see the comments. Steffi's in the house. What's going on, Steffi? Majin's in the house. He says another two-man show. Yes. Yeah, we got a text from Shep this morning that he's in the southern part of the state. He said, long story. See you guys next week. So there
I'm
you
just
go.
going to take a shot in the dark here and say that long story involves the fact that, like, half of Indiana's cut off by flooding and he can't get back to the northern part of the state.
I don't know. Maybe that. I mean, I know he's with, it looks like his wife's family. So maybe it was impromptu weekend or something. I don't know.
I just like the Mother Nature got in the way thing better.
Oh, there we go.
It'd be what I'd go with.
Yeah, and like Majin says here, happy Father's Day to all fathers out there and the super moms who do both. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Big shout out to those moms who are mom and dad.
Yep, 100%. But, of course, you or I don't have the KOP Predictions Championship over our shoulder. But it is back in KOP hands as Shep has officially got the title. But I see you do have a title there. And for everybody in the audio world, what title do you got there?
I've got the World's Greatest Dad Championship title around my shoulder tonight since it is Father's Day.
Yeah, very fitting. And then a good championship. That's one you can wear proudly 365 days throughout the year.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to do anything for it. You don't have to make correct predictions or anything.
No, I just got to continue to raise 3 good children.
There you go. Well, I think you're doing a pretty good job at it. So continue doing whatever you're doing and continue wearing that title.
Oh, I plan to.
But yeah, we got some fun stuff to talk about tonight in the world of AEW. Another good week. Summer Blockbuster. That Paul has on the background there on his screen. I thought Summer Blockbuster was better than Fyter Fest. Paul, what do you think?
Oh, 100% agree with you. I mean, hands down for a 4-hour show, I'm all for it for Summer Blockbuster. Not so much Fyter Fest. I fell asleep during it. Summer Blockbuster, I got smart. I watched Dynamite, and then I went back and watched Collision later because I was getting tired because I had to open that day. So, you know, got up at 4 a.m. and trying to make it till midnight's not cool.
Oh, sure. And yeah, definitely on Fyter Fest last week, I thought the Collision portion in particular felt a lot like a Rampage used to.
Yes.
And while I thought the Dynamite portion of Summer Blockbuster this week was better than Collision, I thought Collision was a lot better than it was the previous week in Fyter Fest. So I thought we still got some advancement in stories, at least this week, which week before just kind of, if you missed it, you didn't miss much type of thing.
Yep. all you missed was what? Mercedes eating steak?
Yeah, she did that again this week. But at least the
Well,
steak looked
yeah,
a lot
but
better this week.
well, I'm just saying all you missed last week was that.
Yeah. But we do got some news items to go over before we get into talk about Summer Blockbuster. So let's talk about what's in the news around AEW. Will Ospreay in the news for two different reasons this week. One being that he announced his engagement to fellow AEW star and his longtime partner Alex Windsor. So congratulations! I thought they were already engaged. So I was correct there. So congratulations to the happy couple. Even Ricochet said he was happy for them. He hated that he was happy for them.
Yeah.
But Will also, and we'll talk about it momentarily, had a great match with Swerve Strickland, 30-minute time limit draw to kick off Wednesday night. But during the bout, he got busted open on his nose. And Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter did provide an update that he did sustain a broken nose during the match. But the injury is really not severe, and he's expected to be back in action this upcoming week.
Well, that's always a good thing.
But, man, I mean, nose injuries hurt no matter what. No matter what age. I don't care if 32 like Will or 52, 42, 22, whatever. I mean, no matter if you get hit in the nose pretty good, your eyes are going to well up with some tears anyways. And I've broke my nose. It's not fun. It's hard to breathe out of. I can't imagine trying to breathe out of it during a 30-minute match.
Yeah, because that happened pretty early on, too.
It did.
So, I mean, you're spending the majority of a 30-minute match breathing out of your mouth because you can't breathe out of your nose.
Yeah, and with the style and the pace he wrestles at, whew.
Oh, yeah.
Whew. And did you see the news about a couple AEW stars participating in American Gladiators coming up?
I did see that. The man who disappeared from TV, what seems like forever ago, Wardlow will be one of the participants, as is Camille, wasn't it?
Camille, yes. So both were hinted at by Fightful the last few weeks of taking some time away to do a television show, pretty much. They never really came out and said what it was. And now it's been revealed, yes, they're going to be two of the participants, American Gladiators, as is the guy formerly known as Rick Boogs, former WWE talent, Rick Boogs. Did you see who one of the hosts of American Gladiators is going to be?
I did not see the hosts, though.
The Miz is one of the hosts.
Okay, that'll be good.
Which is very interesting. Like, hopefully nobody really on either side, AEW or WWE, caused a stir or anything about that because it's just a TV show. But somebody probably did, knowing that he's a WWE superstar and two AEW talents are on the show. Somebody on either side probably did cause a stir about it, but obviously not enough to make any changes.
Well, I don't know if you and Shep talked about this in one of the episodes where I wasn't here, but there's a new movie coming out, and it's right up your alley because you love golf. Happy Gilmore 2's coming out.
Yep.
MJF plays one of his sons or one of his son's friends, and Becky Lynch is in it as well. So there you go. Again, two brands, both putting stars in a movie together.
Yep, and MJF, he does play one of Happy's sons, and he tweeted "Happy Father's Day to Happy" today on X. So that was pretty good. I'm a big fan of the original Happy Gilmore. I'm nervous about this one. I think it'll be good, but sequels always make me nervous, especially when you have a lot of cameos in this one, a lot of celebrity cameos, a lot of PGA Tour golfers and live golfers in this one. I think it'll be good, but I'm trying to tamper my expectations, and I'm a little nervous about, Spaceballs was announced that sequel is going to come out in 2027. I'm a little nervous about that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, Yeah, I'm nervous because the guy who plays Yogurt's 98. So you figure,
I know. Is he even going to be around? And I mean, hopefully he is. But
yeah,
is he even going to be
hopefully
around
at
in
least
2027?
right, and hopefully at least they get his part shot just in case.
Yeah. And of
Because it would
course,
be
I mean,
terrible to get halfway through that movie and he pass away, and now you're going, well, we either CGI him or we tank the movie.
and of course, some of the actors and actresses that were in the first one have passed away since. That was made in the
Yep.
late 80s. So, yeah. Yeah. But, and also, I should say another participant, American Gladiators, is Jesse Gutierrez, I believe, is how you pronounce his name. He's a former TNA talent. He's in OVW, Mr. Spectacular. He's more known as.
Okay.
He's in it too. So,
Well, if they're grabbing people from OVW, I know a guy who could participate in that if they need somebody.
Yeah. So I think they're all locked and loaded, and I believe it's on Amazon Prime when it airs. It debuts here in a couple weeks, I believe. So
yeah.
So I got to think once that premieres, maybe we'll see Mr. Wardlow and Miss Camille back on television shortly after.
I hope so, man.
Yep. Me too.
I mean, Camille's been what, a year?
Last week we were talking. Her
Not
last match
quite.
was in October. So
yeah. Whereas it feels like Wardlow's been 2, 3, 4 years that he's not been on TV, and I know that's not true, but that's what it feels like.
His last match was last March 24.
Yeah.
So yeah. So, and another bit of news before we get into talk about Summer Blockbuster. Did you see the report yesterday of WWE being interested in an AEW tag team?
I did. I've also seen a lot of reports that as contracts are coming to an end, there's some speculation around people that will jump over to WWE, which, to each their own. We've said this numerous times. We may cover just mainly AEW. We go down WWE rabbit holes, but it's a great time to be a wrestling fan. So watch whatever company you watch, wrestle for whatever company you want to wrestle for. I mean, both companies, wrestlers support each other, so why can't the fans?
Well, and the tag team we're talking about here is Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy, Private Party. WWE's interested in them. Their contracts are set to expire, I believe, later this year. If that's true, if that's to be true, I don't blame them if they jump, because look at the scenario. One nice thing, if you're a wrestling talent going to a new promotion, whatever promotion it might be, it opens up new storylines for you, new talents to work with. Maybe just freshens your character up, maybe gives your character a new look, a new gimmick, maybe a new name, who knows. I think they maybe have done everything they can in AEW, and if I'm them, I'm a little pissed off with how AEW's handled them since they lost the tag team titles. We have not seen them at all. So
yeah. No, they fumbled Private Party from the word go. Yeah. They had them beat the Bucks, lose the tournament, and then just buried them for another 2-3 years. And then, oh, by the way, here's another shot. Oh, hey, now you get them. Oh, now you lost them. Screw you.
Yep. So, I that would not shock me one bit. And I don't even know what AEW's interest level is in retaining the guys either. So.
No. Another tag team that I've heard a lot of talk about here lately, possibly jumping over, the Guns. That's one. I don't know if they'd go because, Dad's got all the horror stories from working for the company. But at the same time, we're in a new era. We have new people running it. Maybe they're like, all right, we'll give it a shot, see how it goes. Leave on good terms with AEW. So if something does happen, they can come back. But again, I don't know. The internet's full of rumors these days. I could say that, and tomorrow it come out that the Guns have signed a 10-year contract with AEW for all I know.
Right. Yeah, I hadn't seen that one, but it doesn't surprise me. They haven't been used lately. Bullet Club Gold just can't stay healthy as a cohesive unit, unfortunately. because when they do really good work. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know. I think Juice Robinson should be coming back sometime soon. Jay White, I thought he'd be back by now after his initial injury, but that hasn't been the case. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's another tag team. It feels like, yeah, they. If I'm the Guns, I'm thinking, what have you done for me lately? Not much.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know,
Exactly.
yeah. So, but let's get talking about some summer blockbuster that took place in Portland, Oregon. Another cool venue. I thought the crowd was pretty good. So let's get into our likes and dislikes, Paul. I'll have you kick us off with one of your likes of the show, and I'm guessing one of your likes is going to be the same as one of my likes to kick it off.
Okay. Well, it probably isn't going to be the same to kick it off, but one
Okay.
thing I really, really liked about this arena is the setup they had. That entranceway is so close to the ring. It's so cool, as you have some of those bigger stars who work a lot, or maybe some of them are starting to age a little bit. You don't have as far to go. You're not tracking 2 miles just to get to the ring. Not that AEW's ever done that, but it gives it more of that homey feel, in my opinion. This is a big time event, but it feels like something that might happen down the road from your house.
Yeah,
A lot of people would say, I don't want a big promotion that feels like it could happen down from my house, but I like that feel.
Yeah. So nope. I think a majority of the venues they've ran so far this year in 2025 have been pretty good. So
Yeah.
this was another one on that list. One of my likes was the first match of the show, Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay. We knew it was going to be a hell of a match. I believe it was my match of the year last year. If not, their match at Forbidden Door. If not, it was right up there. And man, they put on another classic here. It was a 30-minute time limit draw, but it's right up there already for match of the year in 2025 for me.
Yeah. I would agree with you on that. That was one of my likes. The contract signing was another one of my favorite spots of the night. Just Kenny breaking out, going, you know what, Don, shut up. We're all tired of hearing your mouth. The fans are, I am, everybody in the back's tired of it. And then Okada attacking him on behalf of Don Callis. Did not see that coming. Last I knew, Okada was still with the Elite, with the Bucks.
It's the last we all knew. So I don't know if it was a one-off paid hit job type thing or what, but I don't know, man. I'm just ready for, like, when's Don and Kenny gonna get away from each other, or are they ever? Like, it's just kind of.
I don't think they're ever gonna get away from each other. But I mean, he brought in Ospreay to deal with being the new Kenny, and now Fletcher's the new Ospreay, and we don't see Don going after Ospreay anymore. So why does he still have to go after Kenny? Just because they've been lifelong buddies, and Kenny slept on Don's couch or something like that, or in his bed or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But the contract signing was good. Of course, Kenny with I haven't seen a good blood capsule spot in a while, so I like that.
Yeah,
that was good. Or pouch. I don't know. I'm guessing it was a capsule, but I don't know. Or a pouch, either one. What do you think of the unified title? So they are doing what we wanted them to do, unifying the international and the continental in 2-1. Brand new belt design. I thought it was a pretty slick looking belt.
I did too, and I like, at least when it was presented Wednesday night, you had Okada on one side, Kenny on the other, on the side plates. I don't know if those will stay there, but that was kind of a cool,
from what I've read,
feature.
it's going to stay in honor of these two being the first two to wrestle for it. Yeah.
Okay. So I thought it was a very clean looking design. Could have gone with a better name, but I mean, at least it's not the undisputed Universal World Heavyweight WWE Championship or whatever it was at one point.
Well, and if you go with Intercontinental, you're going to get dunked on.
Oh, yeah. And you can't just stick with Continental, because nobody's ever really been a big fan of that name or that title. So,
And the interesting thing about the Unified Championship is reports are saying AEW is going to view this as like a 1B title. So you're going to have the world title for the men's, and then it's going to be right below that. And the TNT is then going to be your mid card title
good.
going forward.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that's what, when they announced the international, we thought that's what we were going to get, was your TNT is kind of your mid-card television title. And then you'd have your runner-up title as the international and then the world heavyweight. But that didn't happen. So I'm glad they're doing it now.
I would say the prestige of the international title did go up from when it went from the Atlantic title to the international title. It seemed like higher talent, I guess I'll say, higher elevated talent were holding that title than previous. So I mean, just the fact that either Okada or Kenny's going to be the first one to hold this title, and if we're going to stick with those types of talents, then yeah, I'm all for it. I think it'll be good. And we got one less title now. I'm good with that too.
Well, I mean, how many times did he defend it? They said like 15, 16 times.
Man, it's
16.
Okada?
Yeah.
I was surprised it's that many times, to be honest.
So was I. I had to look it up, and Logan just verified that it was in fact 16. He's my my little knowledge book. So
he's the stat boy, huh?
That he is. But I mean, you figure he held it for 18 months, 16 defenses, but it doesn't feel like it. It felt like it was 18 months, 3 or 4 defenses.
Yeah. So that'll be a great match at All In. I'm looking forward to it. My excitement just keeps building and building for that match.
Oh, absolutely.
Going back to Swerve and Ospreay, I loved what happened after the match.
Yes.
You know, the time limit draw, Ospreay's just exhausted. Then we hear the music of the Death Riders. They're coming out. But then the Bucks come out. They take out a shoe of Swerve's new shoes, and they're laced with the tacks on the bottom. They're going to super kick him, but Ospreay slides in and takes the fall, takes 2 tacked super kicks to the face. So it definitely looks like we are going to get the Bucks versus Ospreay and Swerve at All In.
Yeah, and you and Shep called this, so I got to give it to you guys for this one. I mean, if we were taking predictions on predictions, hey, there we go.
It sounds like the plans for Swerve and the Bucks have been in place for a while. It was just figuring out who was going to be Swerve's partner, Hangman or Ospreay. That got all wrinkled out the last few weeks. So,
well, I think doing Ospreay is the perfect one, because if you did Hangman, you're going to spend the whole match going, is he going to turn on Swerve? Will he go back with the butt? You're not going to enjoy the story that's being told, because you're going to be so focused on Hangman's past with the Bucks.
One thing I do want them to do, and I don't know what the stipulations are, I want them to put some sort of stipulation on this match. Maybe if Ospreay and Swerve win, then everybody's banned for ringside for Hangman against Moxley. If the Bucks win, then interference is allowed, but Ospreay and Swerve are out of the building or something. I don't know. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I agree with you. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
That shows that, you know, Swerve and Ospreay are really trying to help Hangman get the advantage in this, and then it shows that the Bucks are trying to get the advantage for Moxley.
Except I've seen the theories out there that they think this match will unfold a lot like Roman Cody did on night 2 of WrestleMania 40, and you're going to see tons of different appearances. And I saw one theory said they could even see Sting and Darby showing up in this match to help Hangman win the title.
Well, Darby's not cleared. We know that. I mean, he's trying to thaw out somewhere. And Sting just did an appearance, and I think
if we're going down that road, I mean, you could
go ahead.
Nope, so Paul Matt's lagging. I'm gonna leave the studio and come back in real quick. My internet.
All right. I wasn't sure if it was you or me, so I'll feed my thing while you're rebooting yourself
it's
here.
me. I keep getting the warning. So
okay. Well, while Tanner does that, I think Sting's been doing his last tour, basically, as he's calling it. He's letting the beard grow out. He's stopped dyeing his hair, stopped dyeing the beard. So it's probably not going to be Sting, because maybe if they got Darby cleared and he's unthawed from his climb into the heavens, he could show up. But then the problem is, at least for me, and I'll ask Tanner when he gets back in here, if he ever gets back in here, what he thinks about this. But to me, if Darby shows up, that just shows, oh, there he is. Tanner, to me, if Darby shows up, that just shows that Hangman's not winning this thing and Darby's the one to take the title off of Mox.
I hope not. I hope Darby, I mean, because in my opinion, Darby can come back and help Hangman win it, and then he can finish his beef with the Death Riders away from the title scene.
Yeah, but
I mean, I think we're going to get, Sting's going to be there for All In. He's already said that. And he's there for StarCast. Bryan Danielson's going to be around for All In. So it wouldn't shock me at all if
but that
we see
means
appearances for both those guys.
Yeah, that means Sting's got to shave, because I mean that beard's like half a ZZ Top beard now. And he's got to dye the hair again, because he stopped dyeing the hair on his final tour, as he's calling it.
Yeah, final doing final tour of making appearances painted up.
Yeah.
I agree. Darby should not get it. I mean, if Moxley successfully retains that All In, I'm all prepared for this thing to go. I've said it a million times, to go clear to Wrestle Dream in October.
Yep.
But he shouldn't. He shouldn't. AEW's playing with fire, I think, if they don't pull the trigger.
Hey, question. Do I get to actually make predictions for All In?
Yeah, we're all in. We're all three
Okay.
All In.
Okay.
No pun intended. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're not doing
Just
any
checking
guest appearances or anything. So
I didn't know if Shep still was not letting me participate since he was the champion or not. So I thought I'd ask the CEO here.
yeah. Oh, geez.
No pun intended.
Do I have to do the dance?
Please don't.
You set yourself up for that one. So
I'd rather you swerve when you drive.
all right. Yeah. Another thing I also liked on Blockbuster was then the layers we're getting of Hangman, Swerve, Ospreay, Bucks, Moxley. At the start of Blockbuster, we saw Moxley hiding behind the corner when Hangman was talking to, I think it was Renee, or was it Marvez? Somebody, I don't remember who it was at the start of the show.
Yeah.
But then Moxley turns around, takes off the ball cap. You see it's him, and then signals for Claudio and Wheeler, and they're following Hangman. Then later we see Hangman with duct tape mouth, and the Death Riders beating him up. And then later in the back, we see Hangman confronted with the Bucks, and Nana's listening the whole time to their conversation. And then Hangman pretty much says the Bucks to leave Ospreay alone, leave him alone, leave Swerve alone. And then Nana runs in. Ospreay's getting treated for the tax in the face. And Nana's like, hey, boss, Swerve, did you hear all that? And Swerve's like, yep, heard every bit of it. So, man.
Yeah.
Majin wants to know what we are drinking tonight. He said, sadly, no alcohol for him. He's got to replenish his cupboard tomorrow. Just water for me tonight. Pretty boring.
Did you just say cupboard instead of cupboard?
I did. I sounded it out. I don't know. I knew I didn't say it right. Thank you, though. Words have been really hard for me this week.
Good old Mountain Dew for me.
Yeah. And Steffi's got grapefruit beer. Ugh, I'm not a big grapefruit guy.
Ooh, neither am I. No, thank you.
Oh no. So, but yeah, I'm really digging the layers to the story. Really
Oh
digging the
yeah,
layers.
this is one. This has been one of the best storylines that AEW has put forward that didn't involve, some of the main guys over and over again. I mean, yeah, we see Hangman, Ospreay, Swerve, Moxley, and the Bucks, but this is a different type of story for them.
Mountain Dew Paul is back again, Majin says, and he also says, but we don't tell stories here. Yeah, that's what I'm told online.
Long-term ones.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
They're only a week long, maybe 2.
What else did you like on Blockbuster, Paul?
I liked the return of TJ.
Yeah.
Just because, like we talked last week, I feel like we're slowly moving towards women's tag titles, but it's happening naturally. We're not grabbing Chris Statlander and Camille and putting them together and making them a tag team. We're not grabbing Anna Jay and putting her with Megan Bain for Majin there. Every tag team that we've seen in the women's division has made sense. It's felt natural. It hasn't felt forced. And that's where I'm hoping this goes if we do eventually get women's tag titles.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match. Good win for Tay and Anna there against Megan Bain and Penelope Ford. I thought all women did well in the match. I've been a proponent for the women's tag titles. I think they're coming soon. I think they are coming soon.
I remember every time when AEW first started and they'd say something about a big announcement. You and I were still doing the podcast solo. We're like, oh, women's tag titles? ?
Yeah. And that's back when we didn't want them. That's back when we didn't want them. We didn't like how the division was getting used. We thought AEW had way too many titles. Yeah.
And now here we are pulling for women's tag titles in a natural aspect. Yep. No, Majin, I'm not excited for the new Fantastic Four. Not at all.
One match it's kind of on my dislikes was Fletcher and Bowens. I said it last week. Something about Bowens is just not clicking for me. It's just not clicking for me. And I hate to say that.
Yep. Is this how you eat your steak too, Tanner?
We talked about eating steak last week.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about, do you wear that when you go eat steak?
Absolutely
big flashy
not.
Clothes?
Absolutely not. Nope.
Well, I figured since I referred to you as the CEO and you did the dance, you had to be flashy looking when you were eating your steak.
Not like Mercedes. I can't look flashy like her.
And rubbery.
I can't. No. But Fletcher got the win over Bowens. That was no surprise. But I don't know. Not doing it for me, man.
Yeah. No, I could definitely do without this Bowens. And we were both proponents of him going solo and figured he'd do fantastic.
And somehow Caster's character's getting over more with the crowd. Yep. Are you putting the Tony Storm Mercedes feud and build up to their match at all in so far in your likes or dislikes category?
Neutral.
Okay.
Because I love Tony Storm. She's fantastic. This timeless Tony Storm, I think we've said it time and time again, it's the best character she's ever done. But and it's not because it's Mercedes. I just think there was an opportunity. I know it's All In. We wanted our biggest women's match possible. I just think it could have gone a different way and had 2 women's titles guaranteed to be defended at All In.
Yeah, this build's been interesting. Just when I started thinking, Wednesday night, I'm like, is all they're going to ever do is one of the two's got to be sitting at ringside when the other wrestles and they're having stare downs and trash talk. I'm like, if that's going to be the build-up, the match is going to be great at all, and I think. But if that's going to be the build-up, then this is boring. And then Mercedes attacked Tony and Mina. I thought that was a little better. I still think they need to press the pedal down on the gas a little bit, foot down on the gas pedal.
Yes.
But we do have some time. I mean, we're sitting here talking on June 15th. Pay-per-view's on July 12th. Still got some time to get there, but the men's build, the build up for the Moxley and Hangman match is full go right now. Layers, interesting stuff. I thought the build for Tony and Mercedes would be a little more enticing right now. But
yeah,
I did like the angle where she attacked Tony and Mina after the match. So.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we're seeing Julia Hart and Sky Blue take the upper hand in this match right now. Luther.
Or just Julia. Sky Blue got kicked out.
Oh, it is just Julia. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of my dislikes, and I feel weird for saying it. I kind of said it last week. Give Mark Briscoe a break, man.
Yes.
He wrestles every week. He's wrestling again this upcoming week. Grand Slam Mexico. It's like he's a crazy SOB. Don't get me wrong. And he's got a fun style in the ring, but it's getting stale. He's getting stale for me because he wrestles every single week.
Yep. You know what I want to see? And this is just me being weird. I want to see this version of Luther get in the ring. The waiter, Luther.
Okay.
I don't know why. I'm more intrigued in his character now than I have been since AEW started.
Oh, yeah, this is the best character he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going down the rabbit hole of the Nightmare Collective again.
Oh, yeah, he's a butler, not a waiter. My bad. Same thing. They wait on people.
Bandito Mortos got a thumbs up like for me. I thought that was fun.
Yeah. I'm always a fan of Bandito. I liked the MJF promo on Mystico, referencing as Sin Cara.
Sloppy Sin Cara, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
I know I feel like a lot of these topics we're talking about tonight, we talk about almost every week, but we keep covering the build up and the road to All In. I still can't figure out what this Hurt Syndicate and MJF are going to be doing at All In. Like I can't figure out the road there yet.
I think it's just the Hurt Syndicate now. I don't think you have to say the Hurt Syndicate and MJF.
Well, I just don't think it's going to last long. That's why I keep phrasing it like that.
It'll make it to All In, and then it'll fall apart after that.
But you got to have all those guys in a match, and you better have your tag titles defended. And MJF's got to have a match at your biggest show. He's got a match this Wednesday against Mystico, Grand Slam, but Hurt Syndicate aren't in action anywhere. And I don't know what you're doing with the Hurt Syndicate. You're just throwing up tag teams at this point to challenge them without a lot of story to it. It seems like they don't really want the Hurt Syndicate to take a loss anytime soon. They haven't been pinned yet at all, even in non-title matches. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
I don't either. You got to come up with something quick. Otherwise, it's just going to feel rushed.
Yes, Imagine did. That's one thing I did not bring up in the news segment. Beast Mortos did pass the bar exam, so he
Yeah,
can
he can represent me if he can
give
speak enough English.
Yeah, that's one thing he said he's still working on is English. So yeah.
Well, I'm
But
currently in school
Mystico and MJF,
to become a lawyer, so maybe Beast Mortos and I can form a lawyer tag team down the road in 7
there you
years
go.
when I
In about
pass the
7
bar.
years, 7 years. Um,
Yes.
it will be entertaining to see MJF taking his America gimmick to Mexico
Oh,
in Arena
yeah.
Mexico. Arena Mexico's got to look awesome, by the way, Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Absolutely, no doubt about it.
and we're back to just Dynamite, not Dynamite and Collision, not 4 hours.
Right.
Back to 2 hours this
Right.
week.
It'll be nice.
What'd you think of Tekla and Queen Amanada? Thumbs up, thumbs down for you. Like or dislike?
See, everybody's a bit already saying how big Tekla's going to be and everything. I'm still feeling it out. I don't like how we're squashing everybody. People that probably shouldn't have been. We are not going to be managed by IRS, but his son can manage me. That's fine.
I'm good with Tekla winning. I just wish it wasn't against Queen Amanada. I feel like they should
Right.
be giving her more W's than they are.
Yeah.
And I haven't read anything about it, but I wonder if there was some beef at the end of this match because Amanada was pissed when she got out of the ring
Mhm.
after that match. So I don't know what that was about, but I don't know if you noticed that or not, but she was legit upset after that
Yep.
match about something.
Yep. I'm
So-
reading Majin's comment here. It says, Amanada wasn't a squash. I get it, but it was a squash. She got some offense in. It was competitive. Don't get me wrong. But we came with Queen Amanada. We did this big push with her, and then now she's taking L's left and right.
I wouldn't even
not
say it was
right.
a big push, but she got a push for a little bit.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm more interested in knowing what happened there to cause her to get frustrated. I don't know if it was Tekla not releasing the hold or what. I don't know.
Right.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
who knows?
I don't know. And another dislike for me this week
Yes.
was 2 weeks in a row, Don Callis family and Paragon being in the main event. It just feels like a B- level main event to a pretty big show.
Yeah, and I'm tired of Don Callis. I didn't like him when we brought him in, and it wasn't because he's a heel. You're supposed to hate him. He just there's something about the way he looks, and it just I don't know. And I mean, I've gotten cuts. You've gotten cuts. They scar up. The scars start to fade. Why does Don's keep getting brighter and brighter every single time he's on camera?
He's easy to hate. That's why I like him being on TV for that matter.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. The Paragon just Undisputed Era had their run in Black and Gold NXT. Let's stop trying to recreate something that's not there anymore.
Yeah.
They got to start doing something with Adam Cole's TNT run, which I think Kyle Fletcher's got to take it off of him. I don't know. Just a whole lot of there.
Yeah.
I mean, Takesha's great. Alexander's great.
Mm-hmm.
Trent and Rocky Romero. You know how I felt about the Best Friends. I was never the biggest fan. Rocky Romero's never really done anything for me.
No, but of all of them, the one we always talked about the most that could do good on his own if he got away from a group was Trent.
Sure.
He got away from a group, started doing good, and then boom, right back into another group.
Yeah.
Where he's mid again. I mean, he wasn't like main event level when he was on his own, but he's mid for mid.
That's fair. And then, of course, you still have Archer with the Callis family, but we don't see him too much, at least in the ring. We see him standing there at the side of his stablemates, but
Yeah. We never get enough of Archer.
Majin
in the
doesn't think
ring.
Trent has the promo ability.
No, he doesn't. And that's the problem. Trent needs promo work. Always has. He was the worst on the mic, is the best friend, but he has the most potential to be a successful singles star if he works at it.
Well, definitely now since Chuck E. T's retired now. So,
Yeah.
Mr. Antics, Paragon having cleanup duty 2 weeks in a row is kind of funny. Yeah, it was kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, on Fighter Fest, I fell asleep during the match. This week I didn't, but I darn near did. Just, I don't know. Yeah, and like Maj said, and I know Shep's talked about this many times on the pod. Send Archer back to New Japan. He's best there. He's a monster over there. He's definitely a Murderhawk monster there.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah. Looking at the card for Wednesday, AEW Grand Slam from in Mexico and the Mexico Arena Mexico. Arena Mexico. We have
Mexico.
Mercedes trying to get another title, the CMLL World title.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't. This graphic's not blowing up for me, so I can't read. Okay, let me try to find another link here.
Are we going to see the greatest luchador ever on Wednesday night? Or will we see him on Monday? That's right. He's on Monday nights.
Yep. Chad Gable.
El Grande Americano. My favorite coffee.
Yeah, MJF against Mystico. Got the Death Riders, Moxley, Claudio, and Wheeler, and the Young Bucks versus Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, Shibata, the Ops, and Swerve and Will Ospreay. Hey, Paul, are we going to finally get Hook to show up to get an advancement in that story Wednesday, or are we just not going to, we still not going to address it?
No Hook. No Hook.
God. Oh, it's ticking me off. We're getting Adam Cole, Atlantis Jr., Bandito, Brody King, Daniel Garcia, and Templario versus Hechicero, Josh Alexander, Takeshita, and Kyle Fletcher, and FTR. So we have a 10-man tag and a 12-man tag on this card. And we got Dorada versus Ricochet versus Hologram versus Leo Rush in a 4-way match for 100 pesos or 100,000 pesos or something like that.
I hope it's 100,000 because 100 ain't much.
I know. Yeah. It's just this 4-way match here, but I saw something on the graphic about pesos. And then we got Okada versus Mark Briscoe. Let's see. Again, Mark Briscoe not getting a break. He's got to take the L.
Yep.
And there's also Global Wars Mexico going on. Let's see the card here. Of course, Wikipedia's not giving me the card. But I know Billy Starks and Athena are tagging together against Thunder Rosa and somebody. And have you seen Thunder Rosa trying to I mean, it looks like she's going to get a match with Athena coming up soon. But she's trying to stir up some beef with Britt Baker again and get some momentum and trying to get a match with Britt on TV again.
Yeah. She's like the only one who likes to work with Britt. I'm a huge Britt Baker fan, apart from the fact that she's a Steelers fan. But reports everywhere, she's just the worst backstage, and nobody wants to work with her. And then you've got Thunder Rosa, and the two of them put on great matches.
Oh, yeah.
But it seems like Thunder's the only one who is even halfway interested in working with Baker anymore.
Okay. Modern said she is taking on Athena at the ROH pay-per-view. Okay. And Steffi said, and Britt's a Penguins fan.
Yeah, well, I can look past that. I can't look past Steelers.
Yeah, me too. Earlier, Majin was saying, speaking of New Japan, you guys see an era has finally ended. This will be the first time the Bullet Club doesn't have an OG Bullet Club member. Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess all good things must come to an end. And he said people are shitting on AEW for doing a multi-man tag match in Mexico. Like, have you seen a single Mexican show? Yeah, they love their multi-tags.
Oh, yeah, that's what Mexican shows are about, because you can have a roster of 100 people and 50 of them will be on the show easily because of multi-man tag matches.
Mr. Antics says 4 million pesos equals 200K. So let me find the graphic for that match now.
Yeah, because if it's 100, I think that's like $1, less than $1.
That'd be funny.
That would be, but there's enough people who are smart.
$1 million pesos.
$1 million pesos. So
$1 million pesos high flying 4-way match. That's what they're calling it.
So if 4 million pesos equals 200K,
so
we're
50K.
looking at 50K.
Okay.
I did math. Woohoo! Go me.
There you go. There you go. Well, if Steffi, if Britt's a Pirates fan, good for her, because Pirate fans are been through just hell pretty much. I mean, my gosh, Pittsburgh Pirates are terrible. Have been for years. Modern says backstage. You mean her shouting to the camera? Nobody cares when Serena D was making her entrance didn't happen.
Okay, that too. That too.
Yeah. I don't know.
She's
got. I think she's got a lot of time left on her contract, so.
Which is why she's going to go work at ROH now.
Britt?
Yeah. I would not be surprised if they end up putting her like mid card in the women's division at ROH and
I would be.
I'd
be shocked. I'd be shocked. Nah. She'll stay at home before agreeing to do that.
Yeah, well, money talks, man. Money talks.
I think does she need? I mean, I don't know what the contract's like. I was going to say, does she need the money of just wrestling ROH? I don't know. Steffi's going off about Sid the Kid in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Modern said, I'm a Brit fan, but let's be honest, the division has outgrown a need for her. That's fair.
I agree.
That's fair.
And I don't think Connecticut would ever take her.
I think they would. They'll take anybody they can from AEW and give them a push, him or her a push right now.
Yeah, well,
they're doing anything they can to hurt AEW right now. We're trying to hurt AEW.
I'm going to say it, and you can roll your eyes and sigh, and oh my God, here we go. Then sign Marty Scurll.
Jesus Christ. What good does that do anybody?
It makes the Bucks look stupid.
Why?
Because they didn't sign him, because they believed BS that ended up not being true.
But Paul, if I don't really want to go down this rabbit hole, but if it's BS that doesn't have any truth to it, then why hasn't a company signed him? I mean,
there are other people who were involved by this whole Me Too movement that have been cleared, have never worked again.
No, it's just companies not want to take a PR risk, I guess.
That's what it is. Even if they're cleared, they don't want to take the chance on a PR disaster happening.
Yeah, like Jimmy Havoc. Yeah, he'll never work in a big promotion again.
Nope.
For good reason.
Nope.
I don't know. I don't know enough, Paul, about it. I haven't looked into it enough. The fact that Marty we haven't seen him in WWE, AEW, TNA, New Japan.
Here's what's interesting, because I still follow him on social media. He was doing a lot with AAA right up until the weekend before the purchase.
Well, it's just like Del Rio. He won't be doing anything with AAA when now that they got partnership with WWE. I mean, they took the title off of them, put on Vikingo. Yeah, they make some questionable decisions, but they're not going down that route again.
No, they're not. No, they'll never sign Del Rio. AEW wouldn't sign Del Rio. Well, I shouldn't say that. Somebody could probably talk TK into signing him.
No, he won't. He won't. Nah, that's not happening. The locker room morale's too good. No, Alberto will never work a big American promotion again. He's a piece of trash.
No.
If he did, that might make me stop watching AEW, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I still watch casually. Been a lot more here lately because the storylines have actually gotten good. But I'm still more of an AEW fan than WWE fan. But even when the announcement came out that they bought that WWE or TKO, whatever, bought AAA, I was worried that we would see Del Rio back. And if they would have brought Del Rio back, I was going to stop watching. I have no interest in watching him. And after what he did multiple times,
I still tune into WWE as being a pro wrestling fan and keep my finger on the pulse. But I think their product has gone downhill in 2025. I think 2024 they had a good year, but I think 2025 they're not doing hot.
No,
they're doing hot business wise, but I don't think the stories have been near as good. I think AEW is putting on the better product, and I'm not just saying that as a pro AEW podcast, because if you would have asked me last year, maybe the year before, I hated to admit it at the time as a big AEW fan, but I thought WWE was doing a better job. But I think AEW is legit putting on a better product right now.
Absolutely. And I don't know. Again, it's the internet. You can never believe the internet. But I mean, Abe Lincoln told me everything on the internet's true. So,
especially in the wrestling world. Yeah.
Yeah, that TKO might be in some financial trouble because of WWE. So
they've been in debt because of WWE and UFC. That's not a.
Oh, I mean, like worrisome
yeah.
trouble now, not just in debt, but like, oh crap, we got to start watching the numbers type of trouble.
I mean, they'll do more cuts. What they do, they just cut people. That's what they do. They cut people in the UFC. They cut people. They cut people in WWE. They run it like in true business. Yeah, they'll keep ownership of WWE until they're not making money off of it anymore, and then they'll sell it eventually. Yeah, like Maja said, they're $3.07 million in debt.
Man, if I had 3.07 mil, I would be very happy. I mean, they can write me a check for that much, and I'll say, "Hey, your debt is all forgiven."
Yeah, I don't think it works like that.
Wiser.
Yeah.
Nobody will be the wiser.
Majin, I did see Rikishi's back to whining about Jay's usage. I don't know what's wrong with the dude. I mean, I get it, being frustrated. Your son was only world champ for 51 days with how over the crowd is. I know, Majin, you don't like the guy. I know you don't think he can go in the ring. I understand that, but he is over with the crowd. He sells merch. You know, that says a lot. But it's like, dude, your son was still world champ. He's still, Rikishi just makes me laugh when he opens up his mouth in these days.
And he's half the man he used to be.
Yeah. I think they'll put Jay back with Jimmy and they'll be back tagging again soon.
Yeah. Or with Cody.
Yeah, Cody's getting that title back off John.
Nah, Cena's taking it home with him.
No.
I mean, I would be okay with it.
And I don't want Cody to win it back. I want Cody to do something else away from the title picture. I've been saying that for a long time, but they're not going to do it. I want them to freshen up the story, put them in something different, but they're not gonna.
But hear me out. There has been a lot of repeat storylines coming up here lately. Punk went home with the title. He was the most hated guy on the roster at the time. Cena is the most hated guy on the roster right now. He's going home with the title. And then Rock will
He's
show
not
up.
going home with the title.
Rock will show up and he'll say, well, I cannot believe this guy did that. I don't know why John would ever do something like that, regardless of the fact that I had him kick Cody Rhodes in the balls to do it. But John is crazy. I don't know why he turned heel, blah, blah, blah. New title, tournament time. Let's go.
No.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
No. Oh, my God.
Look, the Rock's going to come back at some point and cut a promo about how he has no clue why Cena is heel.
I don't think we see The Rock on WWE television again the rest of the year. I think there's beef going on with him and the company. I think he's just staying away.
But I mean, every promo, he's cut a promo, and then all of a sudden he's cutting a completely opposite promo that makes no sense compared to the promo he just made. So it's going to happen again.
Well, if I'm him, I'm not coming back for a while. They made him look like an idiot with the whole New Orleans announcement for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Stupidest thing ever, going back to Vegas. That's dumb.
And that's why I say we run it back, because Cena's not going to make it to Mania. He's already announced that.
Cena's done in December. He's done in December.
Right.
No matter what. That's why he's not taking the title home. He's not retiring as a heel. He's not leaving with the title. They're not going to debut a new title. He's dropping it at SummerSlam, Paul. He is dropping it at SummerSlam. And then he's going to turn back face so he can retire as a face at the end of the year.
All right. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident in that. I'll be shocked. If John Cena retires with the championship, I will not go for the KLP Predictions Championship one single time in 2026.
All right, Majin, you heard that, right? I know Chef's
I will not go for the KLP Predictions title a single time in 2026 if John Cena retires as the WWE champion. So that even if I have the KLP Predictions title at that time, I will give it viewership, and I will say, hey, I'm not challenging for this at all next year. That's how confident I am.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's going to retire with it, but I ain't making that kind of bet.
There's no way he retires with it. No way. No way. I am so confident. There's no way. I don't even think he gets into the fall with it.
It's one of the last pieces from the Vince era.
So?
If they want to go, well, if they're trying to completely erase Vince from history, like they've done everybody else,
they can't, though.
Oh, well, I know they can't completely, but
that's the one guy you can't. You don't mention it, but you cannot replace him from history. You can't.
But we've got the world heavyweight title now, right? On Raw.
Yeah.
And we've got the undisputed championship that floats shows, but technically belongs to SmackDown. The last time we got an undisputed title, which is when Jericho won it, and they ended up bringing back the WWE Championship in its place. If they do that again, you get a new title design. So why not have him walk off with it? And then H says, look, this is the perfect time to do this. We're going back to our roots with the WWE Championship, not Universal, not undisputed, just flat out WWE Championship.
So you're telling me when Cody Rhodes wins King of the Ring, or doesn't, if he doesn't, Sami Zayn's going to win it and challenge Gunther. So when he faces Cena at SummerSlam, because it's going to happen, you don't think Cody's walking out of MetLife Stadium as the champ again? You don't think he gets his win back over John Cena?
No.
Oh, my God. Oh, my
I
God.
don't want Cena in the title picture, or Cody in the title picture right now.
I don't either, but they're going to do it. They're going to do it.
That's why you end up having Sami Zayn pick up the victory at King of the Ring and then go on to face Gunther.
Yeah.
That's how you don't put Cody in the title picture.
You still have to have somebody go against John Cena. It's going to be Cody Rhodes. He's got to get
Ron
that
Killings.
rematch. He's due for
Ron
rematch.
Killings.
Oh, no. I don't give a crap. No. I am not taking a 53-year-old Ron Killings as a legit competitor for the WWE title. No. That's like AEW heating up Daniel Garcia all of a sudden, and he's right in the mix with Moxley.
But you didn't mind when Christian was a champion, TNT champion. You didn't mind when Jericho was champion. And these
TNT,
guys are all
not
older.
world title. Jericho needed to be the world champ for AEW. You're comparing Ron Killings to Chris Jericho.
But I'm not
You're comparing Ron Killings to Christian?
I'm not saying you put the title on the man. I'm not saying you put the title on the man. I'm saying Cena gets fed up with Ron Killings attacking him every week. Sami Zayn wins the King of the Ring tournament. Cena's still getting attacked by Ron Killings. He says, screw this. Give me a match with him. Let's do it at SummerSlam.
They have a match next week on SmackDown.
I don't care. Do it bigger.
You only got 18 more dates or whatever it is with Cena. You're going to waste all the rest with him and Ron Killings? That's fun.
No. One more after Friday.
You're already
One
doing
more.
Punk at Night of Champions.
Yeah. So we're down to, 15.
R-Truth, Ron Killings is a great dude. Happy for him that he's getting what he wants with WWE. But man, if he was a champ, that would be some WCW 2000s booking, in my opinion.
Wow.
Just saying.
We're running Cena Punk back. Punk came out with the, hey, John, I hope you're comfortable because I want you to be comfortable when I say this. We're running back Cena's greatest hits.
Oh, I know. They went at it on the mic. Yeah, I know. We've already seen the Ron Killings stuff.
For the title.
No. He's not worthy of it. What the hell's the guy done in the last 5 years to earn a title shot?
Bid at 53-time, 24/7, 365 International United States World Heavyweight Continental Champion.
There you go. All right.
John Cena's got 17. Ron Killings, or R-Truth, has 53. What now?
Oh my God. I got nothing else. I don't even know how we went down this rabbit hole from AEW talk. This was quite the rabbit hole. We need Shep here to play moderator.
No, Shep would have drove us further down the rabbit hole. We wouldn't be done with this rabbit hole yet. We'd still be here for another 20 minutes in that rabbit hole.
That's true. Yeah. I know Majin Cena hasn't done anything, but he's the biggest name the company's had. He carried the company on his back for 15 years. If it's a retirement tour, you make him break Flair's record because Flair's a piece of trash, and you do it upright. The heel turn's been bad though.
It started out good, and then it went bad.
Started out great at Elimination Chamber, but The Rock screwed it all up. And Travis Scott, who we still don't know why he showed up at WrestleMania. Haven't heard from the guy. We're just supposed to forget about that.
We didn't hear from the guy before showing up. He shows up with Jey Uso as a face one week and with The Rock as a heel the following weekend at a pay-per-view.
I know. Make it make sense. That's all we ask.
Big name released a song.
Yep.
That's why. He provided the music
It's
for
it's
WrestleMania.
it's not WWE anymore. It's TKO.
Yeah.
It's almost like when I talk about WWE, I almost want to say we're just talking about TKO now. Not even WWE
There
anymore.
are some things, yeah. But then there's those things like Travis Scott. Why? It makes 0 sense.
Yep. But no, looking forward to Wednesday night for AEW Grand Slam Mexico from Marina, Mexico. Should be good. Let's keep developing stories for All In. Keep selling those tickets. Let's go see what the tickets are looking like real quick before we wrap things up here. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, by the way.
Steffi says, which Flair? Ric Flair is the Flair they're trying to erase.
Richard
Flair. They already erased. Never mind. I'm not going to do it.
We don't know what you're going to do, but don't do it.
They already erased Reed Flair and made her Charlotte.
I said don't do it. Jesus.
That's the thing. You tell me not to do something, I'm going to do it. Charlotte is a man.
Are you trying to get us canceled?
We're not going to get canceled for that. We are not going to get canceled for that. And do you know why? Because I'm not the only person who thinks this. I've seen posts on all social media platforms. They'll post something about Charlotte. I go read the comments, and there are multiple comments that says Charlotte is Reed. Charlotte's a man. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Why do you think Andrade left her? He got tired of never mind.
Stop.
That will get us canceled.
Stop. We were not explicit. I want to make it 2 weeks in a row. Stop. As of June 11th, the latest update for All In tickets setup was for 20,983. Tickets distributed have been 17,485. So 3,498 tickets available. He hasn't.
Not bad.
Not bad. They're just moving, but a lot slower than they thought. So.
Yeah, but I mean, we're just really now starting to put together the card.
You're right. It moved. It moved in the week from 7 days prior previously on June 11th. They had moved 1,406 tickets. So,
yeah.
I mean, the total number of seats on the map's 43,119. They're not going to get that.
Right.
But if they could get close to 30, that'd be pretty darn impressive.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know if that will happen or not. So, anything else you want to discuss tonight, Paul?
Can't guarantee next week's going to be a 3-man show at this point. So
I'm just booking on it not being. I don't know what combination of the two of us is going to be here, but we've had like 3-man pods in 2025. So
that didn't involve, special guests making it the third.
Yeah, like Majin said, that would be hard to prove since Ashley Fleer is older than Reed. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Count the rings. Anyway.
Hey, you never know. It could be a one-man show, Majin. You never know.
It might have been this week. If I was unavailable, it would have been. Tanner would have been sitting here going, "Hi guys, it's just me. I'm here for a one-man show. My name's Tanner Lee, and I'm the best host ever on KOP."
You said it, not me.
And then Majin would have said, "Where's everybody else at?" And Tanner would have been like, well, they're too lame to show up and, talk wrestling with me. No, Tanner, it's because we don't like you.
Join the club. Join the list. Get in line.
The list? Who made the list now?
I make bloody people's lists.
Oh, okay. All right. No, I'm kidding. Tanner isn't that bad.
I got my moments.
He's the nicest one of us on here.
See, but Paul, why this is fun, we could disagree about some topics tonight and get fired up about it, but yet respect each other. You know, a lot of people can't do that this day and age. So,
no, a lot of times you get fired up, and it would have been a one-man pod because one of us would have left and cried about it on social media.
100%, 100%.
So,
yeah,
and then you in the chat would have started chanting, "We want Paul," and I'd come back with a new contract under a new name.
yeah.
All right. You got anything else, Tanner?
I do not. I do not. My dog's getting pissed. He keeps whining at me, so it's probably a good time to wrap this thing up.
Yeah, because he's getting pissed at you because he's got to piss.
I have a feeling he does.
So, with that being said, on behalf of your dog, we will wrap this up. Be sure to listen to the Kicking Out podcast wherever it is you listen to your podcasts. And if that happens to be any podcast that you can leave a rating on, leave us that 5-star rating because we are 5-star KOP. Check out kickingOutshop.com. It is your place to go for a bunch of great merchandise. You can look fantastic while supporting a great podcast. You can also head over to ProWrestlingTees.com and search up Kicking Out Podcast and find some unique designs that are no longer being purchased or displayed anywhere else. That's the word I meant. You have to watch our social media because there may be more ways for you to get Kicking Out Podcast merchandise at some point coming up here in the near future. So stay tuned for that. Be sure to follow the Kicking Out Podcast on all social media at Kicking Out Pod. Be sure to follow the KOP Predictions champion, Austin Shepard, at the Shep27. Be sure to follow Tanner Lee at TannerLee92. And be sure to follow myself at Paul Zartman87. And with that, for Austin Shepard and Tanner Lee, I'm Paul Zartman. Join us again next week as we kick out yet another podcast.
This is where I say goodbye and good night. Bang!